Rich Lowe, Pilot Legacy, on site at the Stanton, Lockhart, Texas, with our April 2023 investor update. Well, I'm happy to announce we finally closed the Phase 2 construction loan on Friday, April 14th, and we're off and running with our Phase 2 development. On Tuesday, April 25th, we conducted our first formal owner, architect, and contractor meeting. Although we had anticipated having the meeting on site here at the Stanton, we conducted it via Zoom as the Axia construction trailer isn't actually here at the Stanton yet. Members of Pilot Legacy, HBG Design, and Axia Construction were all in attendance. But before we address this month's update items, let's review what all we've done to bring us to this point in the project overall. Pilot Legacy purchased the Stanton back in October of 2021. That purchase comprised approximately 8 acres of land upon which the 140 existing units were situated, as well as an additional 8 acres of undeveloped land to the northern end of the property, 16 acres of land altogether. Next, we coordinated and negotiated with the development teams next door to the Stanton, as well as the city of Lockhart, to gain approval for Pilot Legacy's participation in a regional joint-use retention pond already underway with the developments next door. The successful negotiation and approval of Pilot Legacy's participation in the joint-use regional pond was absolutely key to making the Stanton Phase 2 development financially feasible, as it permitted us to plan for 144 additional units rather than the 50 units in our own stormwater retention pond on site, which was originally envisioned when we purchased it back in October of 2021. Next, we conducted a Phase 2 carve-out. This consisted of our Phase 2 entity, Pilot Legacy Stanton 2, purchasing the perimeter road and undeveloped acreage away from Pilot Legacy Stanton. This was necessary because we have 2 lenders, one for the existing 140 units upon the front 8 acres, and one lender for the Phase 2 construction to be forthcoming on the back 8 acres. Next, we refinanced the existing 140 units from a variable rate loan to a 10-year fixed rate Fannie Mae loan. This greatly reduced our monthly debt service and removed the variable interest rate risk, which was weighing down our monthly free cash flow. And finally, 2 weeks ago, we closed on the Phase 2 construction loan with Encore Bank. So here's the Phase 2 plan. Recall that the Stanton has 140 units within 5 existing buildings as shown. The plan is to add 144 more units through the construction of 5 additional buildings. Phase 2 will pick up where Phase 1 left off, with the construction of buildings 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 to be located as shown. This past week, proctor samples were bored at each of the Phase 2 building foundation sites. The purpose of these borings was to determine the exact geologic profile of the soil so that the proper preparation can be planned for each of the pad sites. The pad sites are typically dug out, and then a carefully determined fill is reinserted that meets a desired moisture and compaction profile to support the ensuing construction. Finally, the site is capped with high-grade select fill in preparation for the installation of plumbing, sewage, and electrical infrastructure before the foundation is finally poured. Looking at the Phase 2 site plan, you can also see that the western drive is to be extended northward and looping around the perimeter of the property. On April 20th, Axia met with Bluebonnet Electric to coordinate for the execution of the Phase 2 electrical layout. Here you can see there are several utility poles that need to be removed, as they're situated right where the new driveway and parking spaces will soon be. Not only will these poles be moved northward to the edge of the property, but additional work will also be required to run electrical connections along the drainage flumes northbound along that eastern boundary of the property. Also, in the days ahead, demolition of the existing fence along the northern part of the property will take place, along with the north side drainage flumes and their head wall. The installation of a construction perimeter fence will soon take place as shown. Likewise, silt barriers will be installed to keep the occupied Phase 1 parking area neat and tidy from the muddy construction drainage, which will be forthcoming once construction begins. Meanwhile, construction continues to our east with the 2 single-family developments and the Lockhart Farms LIHTC project, as well as to the west where the senior living community is also underway. So next month when we update, it'll actually look like a bona fide construction site with a lot of demolition and barriers going up and possibly some excavation going on. So we'll see you here next month with phase 2 well underway. As the Axia construction trailer actually isn't on the construction site yet. That sounds dumb. Somebody driving up in the middle of my video.
Hey, what are you doing? Hi.
Oh, hi. I am, I'm making a live video that you are now a part of.
Oh.
Welcome.
Hi. Oh.